You think you've seen every great period drama? Think again. While everyone's raving about the same handful of series, there's a whole world of jaw-dropping, overlooked masterpieces hiding just below the radar. These are the dramas that slipped through the cracks, too bold, too real, or just too ahead of their time for mainstream fame, ready to add some hidden gems to your watch list. Which one will become your new obsession? Stick around, because these 15 picks are about to change your viewing habits for good. The Duchess of Duke Street. Ever get tired of the endless parade of gentle, well-mannered period dramas? The Duchess of Duke Street is here to shatter that mold and serve you grit with your tea. This is the real story of Louisa Trotter, a woman with nothing to her name except raw ambition and the stubbornness to bulldoze every barrier set before her. Born working class in Victorian England, Louisa claws her way up from servant to legendary hotel owner, charming and outsmarting everyone from stuffy aristocrats to literal kings. Gemma Jones isn't just good, she owns this role, delivering Louisa's triumphs and heartbreaks with such energy you can't look away. Inspired by the real-life Rosa Lewis, the series gives you a window into a London pulsing with opportunity, danger, and scandal. Forget fairy tales. Louisa doesn't wait for anyone's permission, and every victory is hard-earned. Why is this not talked about alongside Downton Abbey? Simple. It's too real, too raw, and too bold to blend in. Miss it, and you're missing a true classic. The Forsyte Saga, 2002-03. Before family drama became TV's favorite phrase, the Forsyte Saga was already doing it better and dirtier than the rest. This sweeping BBC adaptation isn't just about the silk and the money, but the knots people tie themselves in for love, revenge, and keeping up appearances. Damian Lewis steals every scene as Soames Forsyte, a man whose possessiveness and pride make him as much villain as victim. Gina McKee's Irene isn't some helpless wife. She's a quiet force, trapped in a gilded cage but never giving up her dignity. The drama spans decades, showing fortunes made and lost, marriages destroyed and rebuilt, and society itself shifting under the weight of the 20th century. The world of the Forsytes is plush, but under the velvet lies heartbreak, scandal, and choices that echo across generations. It's addictive, unpredictable, and every bit as grand as Downton Abbey, but with sharper teeth. Forget simple nostalgia. This is a drama that dares to dig into what happens when wealth can't buy happiness, and love is anything but easy. The Bletchley Circle. Imagine you're one of the geniuses who helped crack Nazi codes during Double Wang, but once the war ends, you're expected to play nice and forget you ever saved the world. The Bletchley Circle gives those unsung heroines the spotlight they deserve. Set in post-war London, it's a smart, edge-of-your-seat thriller where a group of women, led by Anna Maxwell Martin and Rachel Sterling, take their mathematical minds and razor-sharp instincts to solve crimes the police can't. This is more than just detective work. It's about reclaiming power in a world that wants to box them in. The mysteries are intricate, the stakes personal, and every episode hums with tension and sisterhood. These women face real danger, not just from killers on the loose, but from a society itching to shut them up and shut them out. The Bletchley Circle isn't just clever, it's bold, honest, and thrillingly empowering. It's the kind of drama that makes you cheer and bite your nails at the same time. A Town Like Alice. Some period dramas whisk you away with ball gowns and moonlit dances. A Town Like Alice will grip you with survival, heartbreak, and the iron will to keep going. The story follows Jean Paget, a British woman swept up in the brutal Japanese invasion of Malaya during World War II. She endures unspeakable hardship, leading a group of women and children on a years-long forced march. Hope flickers in the form of Joe Harmon, an Australian soldier who risks his life for her. Their connection is more than romance. It's a lifeline. The miniseries, based on Neville Shute's novel and inspired by true events, refuses to sugarcoat the horrors of war or the courage it takes to survive. Helen Morse's Jean is pure determination, and Brian Brown's Jo is unforgettable. But what makes this series truly special is the resilience and hope that shines through, even in the darkest hours. It's not just a story of love, it's a testament to the strength of the human spirit. Period drama at its most powerful. Bleak House, 2005. Leave your stereotypes about Dusty Dickens at the door. Bleak House is anything but boring. This BBC miniseries turns the classic novel into a high-stakes thriller pulsing with secrets, corruption, and moral decay. The infamous Jarndyce and Jarndyce lawsuit haunts every character, dragging innocent lives through years of legal purgatory. Gillian Anderson is magnetic as Lady Deadlock, hiding heartbreak behind icy elegance, while Charles Dance chills you as the relentless lawyer Tulkinghorn. Every scene is thick with fog, tension, and that sense of creeping dread Dickens did so well. But it's not just about the plot. The series is packed with performances that crackle and visuals that feel hauntingly modern. The writing doesn't flinch from the darkness of Victorian London, poverty, injustice, and hope flickering in the shadows. Bleak House manages to be both faithful to the source and refreshingly cinematic. It's a masterclass in how to make classic literature feel urgent, addictive, and absolutely alive. The Crimson Field. Think you've seen every angle of World War I? The Crimson Field takes you somewhere rarely shown, the makeshift hospitals where nurses, doctors, and volunteers fought to patch together shattered lives. Una Chaplin leads a stunning cast, playing Kitty, a woman running from her past and straight into the chaos of the Western Front. Here, the drama isn't just blood and bandages. It's about the impossible choices, the forbidden friendships, and the emotional scars that never heal. Each episode is packed with high stakes, battles with medical bureaucracy, battles with conscience, and battles with grief. The trenches may be out of sight, but the war's impact is never far from the surface. The series is as much about the bonds formed in crisis as it is about pain and loss. The Crimson Field was cut short after one season, but what it left behind is raw, moving, and haunting. It's a war story for anyone who cares more about the people than the medals. North and South, 2004. Move over, Mr. Darcy. North and South gives us a romance set, not in the English countryside, but in the gritty, smoke-filled factories of the Industrial Revolution. Daniela Denby-Ash's Margaret Hale is no shrinking violet. She's sharp, principled, and unafraid to challenge the status quo. Richard Armitage delivers a performance for the ages as John Thornton, the brooding mill owner whose pride masks vulnerability and heart. But this isn't just a love story. It's about class conflict, strikes, and what it means to fight for your beliefs in a world that resists change. The chemistry between Margaret and Thornton is electric, equal parts longing and misunderstanding, building to an iconic train station finale that's become legend for period drama fans. North and South is a feast for anyone who wants social commentary and slow-burn romance in equal measure. With stunning visuals, memorable performances, and a story that pulls no punches, it's a classic you'll want to revisit. Poldark, 1975 original series. Before Aidan Turner's brooding scowl was a meme, Robin Ellis blazed the trail as the original Ross Poldark, a wounded hero returning home to Cornwall after the American Revolutionary War. This 1975 classic wasn't just the start of Poldark mania. It was bold, atmospheric, and sometimes shockingly modern. The windswept cliffs, smuggling intrigue, and wild love triangles set a new standard for period drama, while the show tackled issues like poverty, class injustice, and political corruption head-on. The romance between Ross and Demelza, played by Angharad Rees, is raw and real, tinged with hardship and genuine growth. The original Poldark doesn't flinch from tough topics or messy feelings, making it more than just a Sunday night soap. If you want to see where the legend began and why it's still inspiring remakes decades later, the original is a must-watch, flawed, fearless, and never dull. Danielle Deronda. If you like your period dramas layered with big questions about identity, faith, and the meaning of belonging, Danielle Deronda is your ticket. Hugh Dancy stars as Daniel, a sensitive young man searching for purpose in a world divided by class, tradition, and prejudice. The story weaves together his friendship with the spirited Gwendolyn Harleth, played by Romola Garai, her struggles with fortune and fate, and Daniel's discovery of his own roots and convictions. The drama takes you deep into the heart of Victorian England, where love is tangled with duty, and every decision comes with a price. The production values are gorgeous, opulent mansions, lush countryside, candlelit secrets, but it's the moral complexity that makes this adaptation sing. The cast delivers nuanced performances, and the script doesn't shy from the era's most pressing debates. If you're looking for a drama that challenges your heart and mind, Danielle Deronda is one of the rare gems that does both. Home Fires. Some stories are about battles with bullets. Home Fires is about the battles fought with grit, gossip, and courage on the home front. Set in a rural English village as World War II breaks out, the men are away at war, and the women must pull together to keep everything running. There's rationing, heartbreak, and plenty of old-fashioned rivalry, but also the daily heroism of ordinary people rising to the occasion. The cast is packed with brilliant character actors, each bringing life to women who are too often footnotes in history books. From organizing supplies to comforting the grieving, their stories ring true and powerful. The show balances warmth with heartbreak, and every episode feels lived in and real. Home Fires built a devoted following, only for it to be canceled before its story could fully unfold. Still, what's here is a moving portrait of resilience and hope, a love letter to the unsung heroines of wartime Britain. The Jewel in the Crown. Set against the last chaotic years of British rule in India, The Jewel in the Crown is the kind of sprawling, intelligent epic that you rarely see anymore. Over 14 episodes, the story threads together the lives of British officials, Indian freedom fighters, and those caught between as love, betrayal, and ambition swirl in a world on the brink of seismic change. The cast, Tim Pigott-Smith, Art Malik, Geraldine James, delivers deeply human performances that refuse to simplify the tangled morality of the time. The cinematography captures both India's beauty and its tensions, while the script is unafraid to ask hard questions about power, loyalty, and the price of empire. The result is a drama that's as thought-provoking as it is sweeping, refusing easy answers or tidy endings. The Jewel in the Crown is a true masterpiece, often referenced, rarely watched, and absolutely worth your time. Jamestown. Forget powdered wigs and drawing room politics. Jamestown drops you in the raw, muddy, unpredictable world of early colonial America. Three women, Jocelyn, Alice, and Verity, arrive in the 17th century Virginia settlement to marry strangers and start new lives, only to discover a land full of secrets, danger, and ambitions as wild as the wilderness itself. There's no safety net here. Power struggles, forbidden relationships, and brutal survival are the norm. The show isn't afraid to get its hands dirty, tackling everything from betrayal and witchcraft to political backstabbing. What makes Jamestown different? It centers on the women, showing their struggles to claim agency in a world stacked against them. The pace is fast, the stakes are high, and the twists come out of nowhere. If you want a period drama that feels alive and unpredictable, with characters who refuse to play by the old rules, Jamestown delivers every time. Little Dorrit. Don't let the title fool you. Little Dorrit is Dickens with claws, a darkly funny, sharply observed look at greed, debt, and social climbing in Victorian England. Claire Foy is unforgettable as Amy Dorrit, a young woman born in a debtor's prison, whose kindness and quiet strength anchor the swirling madness around her. The show dives into London's underbelly, where fortune and ruin are separated by a single letter, and where even the most innocent are at risk of being crushed by bureaucracy. The supporting cast is a who's who of British talent: Tom Courtenay, Andy Serkis, Matthew Macfadyen, each one playing Dickens's larger-than-life characters with gusto. The series is witty, fast-paced, and surprisingly relevant. Scams, schemes, and a biting critique of a system rigged for the rich. If you want a period drama that makes you laugh, gasp, and maybe question your bank, Little Dorrit is a ride worth taking. Parade's End. For those who crave brains with their beauty, Parade's End is the thinking viewer's period drama. Adapted by Tom Stoppard from Ford Madox Ford's novels, it follows Christopher Tietjens, played to perfection by Benedict Cumberbatch, as he navigates the upheavals of pre-war Edwardian England through the trenches of World War I and beyond. It's not just a love triangle, it's a collision of ideals, old values crumbling, and the birth of the modern world. Rebecca Hall as the manipulative yet magnetic Sylvia, and Adelaide Clemens as the passionate Valentine add complexity and fire to every scene. The dialogue is whip-smart, the visuals are painterly, and the story moves with the weight of history behind it. Parade's End won't hold your hand. It'll challenge you, move you, and linger long after the credits roll. Understated but unforgettable. The Hour. Want a period drama with swagger, suspense, and a dash of danger? Step into the smoky newsroom of The Hour. Set in 1956, this series follows the launch of a cutting-edge BBC current affairs show as the world teeters on the brink of crisis. Ben Whishaw, Romola Garai, and Dominic West are at the center of a web of ambition, secrets, and political intrigue. The dialogue snaps, the stakes are real, and every episode feels like a ticking time bomb. The backdrop: Cold War paranoia, Suez Canal drama, and a media world ready to change forever. But it's not all business. There's romance, betrayal, and a sense of urgency that makes you feel like you're witnessing history in real time. The Hour is stylish, smart, and criminally overlooked. If you love Mad Men but wish it had more bite, This is your new obsession. So there you have it. 15 period dramas that prove greatness doesn't always make the front page. Which one are you adding to your queue tonight? Did we miss a secret favorite you think deserves its moment in the spotlight? Drop your picks in the comments, hit subscribe for more off-the-radar gold, and share this list with the real drama lovers in your life. Remember, classics aren't just what everyone's talking about, they're what you discover for yourself. Ready to dive in?